this right here actually did pretty good for the amount of rain that we got. This is still about equal to the second cutting hay for us. But definitely a lot better than what we could have had as dry as it was this spring and through the winter. I'm over here rolling with the disc mower. It's a Crone AM 243 CV. Got it off my uncle. He cut the mower conditioner off the back of it. So it never worked good. It always just clogged up, so you just cut it off. And then we've had it for probably about 5 years now. This only makes the second season we've used it though, because the main gearbox, the Carter key broke and just made the shaft running from the tractor side of the PTO. Just made it spin free and wouldn't spin the second gearbox. So we fixed that last spring. Actually, that's right. This would be the third season we used it one season before it broke, and then we fixed it last spring and used it. So far, it's done pretty good. But Dad's using his 5,000 with the sycamore mower just to mow over all the areas that have really big rocks. It's a lot easier to fix a sycamore mower than it is this mower. But anyhow, there probably won't be a whole lot of talking or anything on the mowing into this, because those of you that do it know you got rocks, you got to pay attention. Luckily, this section I'm on right here, we busted a lot of them. Skid steer and rock buster. Still a couple that I didn't have time to get to. All the section in behind me that's still standing, all that's got a lot of rock in it. There's one area right here where there's still rock. Luckily it doesn't stick above the ground too bad. It's just got a little hump at it there. I ended up, this field right here never really produced very good the past 2 years. I put fescue and red clover down this spring. It's definitely thickened it up this cutting right here, especially for no amount of rain that we had. I'd say probably since January we've only had probably, I don't know, maybe 5 inches of rain maybe. Just had 2.5 2 weeks ago, I think it was. Before that, it had been a while since we had a rain. We had a big downpour yesterday. A lot of people mowed their hay down yesterday and the day before. It rained a half an inch on everything yesterday. It's a bad deal for them, but it's probably made all this stuff here, people that hadn't mowed yet, pop up a little bit. We mowed probably about 10 acres if I had to guess the other day. Hopefully that'll help out the regrowth for the second cut. If we end up even getting one this year, it's been a long time since we've been this little rain is what we got. Well, here we are, end of day one. We got maybe half of it done. Just not enough time in the day when you work a full-time job. You just farm on the side because you can't afford it. But it's a good start. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get the rest of it done. about done with the disc mower. The rest of it will have to be done with the sickle bar because of how rough and rocky the rest of it is. We're getting there. Be a little bit more than I thought putting it up because some of this was a lot thicker than what I thought it was. In case you're wondering, how fast you going? Well, high first. Almost 5 mile an hour. Got a turn coming. Hold on. About this snow no more really is anyway, but some areas here pretty rough. A lot of the bouncies. Take a guess how many bells you think this is going to make? Because I honestly not sure. Big old. So the downside about hitting groundhog oil, the upside about having brake oil. But you don't break anything. Yeah, I don't know. I figure probably. Next video, one of those. Let me know too if you like the time lapse or if it's too long or what. I did as much as I could. Camera batteries get low. Like last night, I got worried about it getting down, hurting the camera. I don't think we hit anything, but they think we hit something. Hard to tell. Today's video is sponsored by Dr. Pepper. That thing quenches your thirst, but also makes you thirsty at the same time. Quite like Dr. Pepper. drive a truck full time by yourself. where you are. Right there hurts. $5.05 a gallon. This segment brought to you by Marks Root Beer. Refresh you on a Well, Dad was nice enough to give me a lift from my work truck all the way out there to the tractor. Got all the way out there and hooked everything up and realized I left the key in the truck. So I couldn't start the tractor. So I'm doing the walk of shame. Having to walk all the way back to my truck. Now I feel like I got something in my boot, so that's fun. Almost feels like a hair or something. It's not irritating. I know that it does not belong there, whatever it is. I'm fighting the urge to stop. Okay, I can't do it. Well, it was a piece of grass. I'm glad that's all it was. That's kind of cool. Woo. Stop littering. I'm not being good at throwing this weekend. I've missed every shot. So now I get the joy of trying to find where it is. There's another one.